Good morning, Mr. Premier. My name is Marc Ray. I'm the president of the Canadian Golf Teachers Federation and a longtime general manager of golf courses in a few different cities in Ontario. I'm a strong supporter of yours. I've never criticized anything you've done, and quite frankly have abided by all your rules the best I can. I live in a small area, a small town, and stick close to home other than grocery shopping and going to work when I can. I support what you've done with this third wave, and I got my vaccine. I was very lucky. I'm 45 years old next week, so I qualified for the AstraZeneca. So that's all been done. But Friday night, news started to come out about the potential for golf to be shut down long term. And I think you've got so much information on it being safe and good for the mental health that I'm not going to elaborate on that. But I would like to offer some new information, some information that might not be publicized. My background, I started in the golf industry when I was 14 years old, so now at 45, it's 31 years. I've done virtually every job in the industry. Currently, I look after golf pros across Canada, and many of them are gainfully working right now, obviously with the exception in Ontario. So this is primarily not about us as an organization, it's about golf course owners. And I'm not sure why you're not getting more data on the small business side. The small business side is it's a constant battle with COVID. It doesn't matter what the small business industry or industry dominated by small business. These industries are getting hit hard. Today's Mother's Day. It's really sunny out. It's 8:30 in the morning right now. My calculations of the 800 plus golf courses in Ontario lost $10 million today. So you said, well, they lost $10 million. Well, the problem is golf is a seasonal business, which everybody would agree. But the problem being that all we have to do is sell time. And when time passes by, we don't get to sell it again. Unfortunately, the opposite is true of our expenses. No matter what goes on, golf courses are really governed by fixed expenses. And those fixed expenses are heavy. When you look at 800 golf courses in the province, or 820 or 850, whatever the magic number is, my experience operating what I would call B-level golf courses, they're not the best and they're definitely not the worst. The fixed expenses are property taxes, insurance, course maintenance fees. All those are very, very important to the success of a golf course operation. They would surprise you, those expenses. The expenses are very high. Insurance has done nothing but went up in Ontario. And back over my career, the cheapest insurance I ever remember buying for an annual season at a golf course was $18,000. So again, you times that by 800 golf courses, it's a lot of money. So then there's variable costs. And this is the primary reason that golf courses need to open up, is the variable cost. Because what is the first thing that's going to get cut from a golf course's budget? Can't cut insurance, they can't cut hydro, they can't cut property taxes, they can't cut their cost of maintaining the grass. So they cut people. And you're talking about thousands and thousands and thousands of jobs. And being a person that has spent 30 years finding a way to be in the industry year after year after year, successfully, now in this capacity, I love what I do. I've been offered my operating GM role at 2 of the 3 golf courses that I worked at, and it's standing. I could return to those places. So it's not that I left on bad terms to become the president of the Canadian Golf Teachers Federation. I love what I do, and I'm lucky to be able to do it. But along the way, I was a kid who was 14 years old, worked at a mom and pop golf course, made $14,000 from 1990 to 1996 from a golf course that put me through college. And these things are, not meant to be impressive about me. It's what's lacking or what's being sacrificed. And I get COVID is terrible, and I don't want anything to do with it. And I never have, and I believe it's real. But there are solutions. Mobility is your number one claim against golf. The one thing that we need right now is leadership, and you have the power to open up golf courses. And I have the expertise, I believe, that can offer some solutions that you can limit mobility and allow people to work at golf courses and play at golf courses. Obviously, the people have to buy into, owners and the players would have to buy into what these restrictions would be, but we see them every day at curbside pickups. We see them every day at grocery stores. We see them every day at Walmart. These restrictions are in place so that businesses can survive the pandemic. And my solutions are very simple. Golf course owners are very shrewd business people because they've been forced to. Golf isn't an easy game. It isn't an easy game to run. So they will adapt. So if you come up with a solution that fits your mobility criteria, I am sure the golf courses are willing to participate. In fact, I think one of the most difficult things that operators face is the lack of direction of what is allowed at a golf course. So my solutions, and I'm not here to cause blame, or I'm here to offer solutions. And so my quick solutions are going to be do a 30-day opening and force the golf courses to have private members only. And golf courses, there's lots of golf courses, majority of golf courses out there that don't sell memberships. Well, if they want to be open, they want to have the same customers come day in and day out. That way, the golf courses can be open. That way, they can create loyalty to people. That way, the customers don't go from university or travel and go home to their parents and meet up. It's unaffordable to buy a 30-day membership at a golf course in Toronto when you live in Ottawa, or vice versa. So that would be my suggestion, is look at how we can create the same traffic over and over again. And then if we did have, God forbid, a problem, it's very traceable. And it's not penalizing to every golf course. We can figure out how people are affected. The second thing that I would do is make it so people can only golf every other day, maximum of every other day. And that way somebody doesn't say, well, I can bypass the system and I'll buy a membership and I'll play Saturday, Sunday at my cottage and go back to wherever. So that's one of the ideas too, is if you get it, again, it won't be affordable to play in your area. Or even simpler is you can only play within 35 minutes of your postal code, something like that, where your driver's license is. All those things are manageable, and all those things, I'm sure a golf course that is losing thousands and thousands of dollars right now and the expenses keep rolling through are probably things they would adapt to for a trial or a 30-day period. You get past that 30-day period and then things can return to normal. And I think that's the way to handle this versus saying that, until school goes back, they don't go hand in hand. Golf is outside, it's safe, you know all that stuff. So I'm not going to go through that. Why is this so important? It's so important because we cannot in Ontario afford another small business sector to be hit to their detriment. It's somewhat as bad as COVID itself is losing businesses. And so I plead with you to consider all the factors, to reach out to people who know the industry, and maybe come up with some different solutions, and maybe come up with some restrictions. And I might not be too popular suggesting restrictions. People think, well, we should just open because it's safe. But the reality is, this can't be the Wild West anymore. We have to have an equal playing ground for golf courses, and we have to have an equal playing ground for golfers. And if we get that, I think the mental health will be better for golfers and for business owners. There's no way to give the amount of money back to golf course owners that they're losing in government funds. They don't qualify for anything right now. The provincial money that was given out when the lockdown just around Boxing Day come out, the golf courses weren't open. They didn't qualify. So they don't qualify for provincial money. The wage subsidy program, most golf courses had a decent year last year. So are they going to struggle to qualify for wage subsidy in federal programs? Yes. It is so hard to find good employees to work from March until Thanksgiving every year. The good ones either go on EI, or they end up working at something different to get them through the winter. And so the more these good employees realize that golf is getting harder and harder to work in, the quality of our people in our industry is continued to get attacked. And I just hope you hear this, and I hope that you reconsider some of your decisions, not based on mobility. Put measures in place where mobility is reduced. This is something you can control. This is something you can do for the people of Ontario. Everyone that you can think of plays golf, and it's a wonderful game. It's a wonderful lifestyle, and I'm starting to go on, so I'm going to leave it at that. Thank you for your time.